This is Donna Helfrich, and you're listening to the Bomber Buzz.
It's a great day in the Bomber Nation. You're listening to the Bomber Buzz. Berthold's weekly podcast coming to you right out of my office. I'm Principal Jacob Jenkins, and joining me as always is Dean of Students, Mr. Paul Rudolph. Paul, I got to tell you, April is almost gone, and I don't know where it went.
Oh my gosh, has
Holy
it ever?
Cow.
It has went fast. When you got activities going on in your school, and then, probably couple it with we're a smaller school.
Yep.
So it takes a bigger percentage of your students, out of school or whatever it might be. It just seems like things move faster for some reason.
It does. It does.
It just seems like things move faster. Still good. Don't take me wrong.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Not bad, but
busy.
Busy. The day is full and it just moves. So, and we got
3 weeks to graduation.
3 weeks. Yeah. I think the board said 15 or 16 days left. Yeah. So
that's insane.
Yes, it is. Yes,
well, those are going to be packed weeks, and next week is just full.
Well, we are packed, and tomorrow, Saturday, we have one young lady, Kasey Holkalter, competing in the state speech contest, which we haven't had a state speech contestant for a few years.
Yeah, I got to listen to her speech yesterday. I think she's going to do great. She's a contender. She puts so much work into it, and I got to tell you, it is phenomenal.
She does have a skill. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. And I hope she goes down there and tears it up. We got Kasey competing at the state speech contest tomorrow, and then down in Mandan, and we have an elementary girls volleyball tournament here in Berthold. There's 5 teams coming over. So that's Saturday, and then we move to Monday the 28th. We have an elementary girls volleyball. They go to Ned Rose. We have a junior high track meet over in Minot. We have what else we have?
Dessert
here?
Pops.
We have Dessert
Monday.
Pops on Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I was trying to read here on my calendar. We have Dessert Pops starting on Monday, the big music concert for the high school rolling.
That's at 7:00.
That is at 7:00 on Monday the 28th.
Music and dessert. What more could you want?
Yep, there you go. And then moving to Tuesday, we play Delax and baseball over there at 4. Softball plays Botno over in Burlington at 4:30. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, we have our FFA kids going over to Stanley to compete in a little
practice,
kind of a practice outside state meet type of event. So they go over there on Wednesday. And then Thursday is a really busy day. We have junior high track, junior high JV, varsity Northwest Conference track over in Ned Rose. We have softball. They play Tioga. That's in Burlington as well. We play elementary girls volleyball down in Plaza. Friday, extremely busy Friday. We have the young kids, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade competes over in the math track meet on Friday. We have a actual track meet in Stanley Friday night at 6:00. Our 8th graders are heading down to the state capitol to take in a legislative day and just kind of tour the facility. Baseball plays at Berthold, or we play Stanley at Berthold at 4:00 on that Friday. So it's a busy Friday.
Boy, that really is.
A lot of people moving around on Friday. And then state music is down in Bismarck on the 3rd. So we have a busy week coming up starting tomorrow. She is a jam-packed, kids are moving and shaking without question.
It's pretty exciting. I mean, what a ramp up. I'll remind everyone that May 7th, just to keep that in mind, that we have an early out, and that'll be our last early out of the year. And then graduation's on the 18th. That'll be at 1:00, I believe, in the new gym on the 18th.
Yep, I have 1:00 written down.
Just it's coming fast. Well, we've got a real big episode, but I thought I would just talk really briefly here. We had talked about the education savings accounts, the couple bills that were going in that would allow for students to have, I don't remember what the monetary was. It come out of public school funding, every student, and they could use it for private school vouchers and different things like that. And the House defeated that. It was House Bill 2400. and defeated a huge 78-14.
Yeah, it was soundly
shot down. And the other one that had kind of gone through, governor vetoed as well. So, without getting too much into it, I think this is a big win for public school. Taking money from public to use for private, my personal view, that's not what that money's intended for. And, we don't want to devalue public education. 97% of North Dakota students are in public schools. And, we need that to provide the best that we can. So that was very heartening to me to see that.
Well, just the fact I get concerned about it's in the Constitution.
It is.
These bills
right?
that are trying to skirt the Constitution. I think
it's worrisome.
I think you have to have a wholesale discussion statewide if you're going to start changing the Constitution.
That's right.
It's not a legislative body, in my opinion, that does that. It's
it has to be the North Dakota. It's got to be the people.
It's got to be the population.
Yeah, the people have to want that.
Just that's not something the legislative body should get into, in my opinion. But
I would
it's
agree.
just my opinion.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's all. We're going to kind of touch on that. No movement yet on the cell phone bill. When we hear about that, we'll let you all know. But those are the two big things we've been watching. Now, we do have a big episode here today. We have 2 senior spotlights, and I got to tell you, they are absolute delight. Jericka Schenfisch and Kasey Simons, and all sorts of fun things. Stay tuned, listen, find out who was going to be a paleontologist, who got their CNA, their dreams and ambitions. Just 2 very driven young women who I have to say are going to go quite far in life.
It was pretty cool. I agree.
It's so fun
to
pretty cool. Hear from them and about them. So stay with us here on the Bomber Buzz. Birdsall Grain and Seed is a farmer seed company. They specialize in seed sales and feed grade and seed conditioning. Birdsall Grain and Seed strives to provide the best and newest varieties that are conditioned to meet their high standards. As a family-owned company, they live their core values of quality, integrity, service, people, and trust. Their motto, a farmer's seed and agronomy company, reminds us daily that their business is built around satisfying the needs of their customers with information they have learned over a long legacy of their own farm. Birdsall Grain and Seed is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation.
This is Mrs. Daniel with your fun fact for the week. Did you know that each foot contains 26 bones, 33 joints, and over 100 muscles, ligaments, and tendons, with both feet totaling 52 bones, or about 25% of total bones found in the entire body? Make sure you wear good shoes.
We're back on the Bomber Buzz, and for our first senior spotlight today, we have with us Miss Jericka Schenfisch. Jericka, welcome to the Bomber Buzz.
Hi.
It's great to have you.
Oh, this is going to be fun, huh?
Oh, gosh. I was mentally preparing in the car. I was like, how off topic are you going to get?
Well, she's pointing to Paul.
Yeah,
with good reason, I think.
I am.
Well, this will be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, let's go, Jericka.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your parents and your family.
So I have my mom and my dad. I won't disclose their age because that's respectful.
Okay.
My dad works in the oil field. I don't know what he does, but that's normal, I think, to not know what your dad does. My mom obviously works in the school, not this school, but in the school system. And then I have a sister, Charlie. She goes to UND. She's 20 years old, and she's, similar to me, but less amazing, I guess, if that's
Oh, Charlie. Big shot fired right away.
Yeah.
This will just see if she watches this, because I told her I was doing this, and she was like, oh, that's funny. And I was like, funny? I was like, it's amazing. I've been waiting for this exact moment.
This is the spotlight.
I was like,
Exactly. You should be
exactly.
there's people. We've got lists and lists of people we're denying to get onto to the Bomber Buzz because of the senior
Big
spotlights.
names. Big names.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly this time slot was exclusive. You had to work really hard to get it.
That is a fact.
So-
That is a fact. Well, give us a little bit of since we're talking family. You guys got a favorite family activity that you enjoy doing, sharing?
We do a lot of camping. My dad I don't even know how to describe him other than like if he's like an Alaskan bush person if they did not live in Alaska and they were not like Amish and they lived and they had a job and semi-education.
So everything like that.
Yeah, so he loves camping. He loves going, and not even like nice campgrounds, like middle of nowhere. And he won't bring us phone. He'll just disappear. And then obviously he likes to drag us with. But my mom, she really likes to sometimes put her foot down and be like, we have to go somewhere with electricity. And
So he likes the primitive campgrounds.
yeah, he's a primitive guy. He just wants to sit in like the grass with a chair and look at the lake all day. And I don't know how he does it because I find it very boring after maybe 5 minutes. But yeah, so then obviously we'll go actually camping. And I mean, like, just the people that we go camping with, like, I mean, they're all like distant cousins, but I call them my aunt and uncles because like they are so close to our family. And that is just like stuff that we really enjoy and it's fun. I'm not a great swimmer though, so you're not going to see me in the lake very often. That is one thing.
Not a swimmer, huh?
No, not a very good swimmer.
Okay. Anything else? Because there's a couple I can think of right off the top of my head. Like you guys have been huge family showing animals.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first met you, you were showing me all your steer, and this is the one.
Okay. I really did enjoy showing. It was fun, but it was also like so much time. And like me, I like exactly like after this, I'm going to Minnesota to go to a club volleyball tournament.
That was my other one that I was going to ask.
It's just like, it was so much time that like, I could never do it again because it was so stressful, but it was really fun. I really enjoyed winning. That's one thing about me is I'm going to be honest, I really love winning. So it feels good to get like banners and ribbons and buckles and like see the hard work that you put in. Cause it wasn't for nothing. Like I was getting up at like 5 every day with my sister and maybe not always 5. Maybe we were a little lollygagging and then we'd drive to the barn and then we'd round them up, feed them all that. And then when we'd start rinsing, I would take a nap while she rinsed her heifer. And then I would wake up from my nap and we would take our turns. And like, there's a lot of fun in it, but also I just didn't have the time for it. And so, I mean, I don't know. It's just like something I let go and like don't really think about.
Okay.
Well, sometimes priorities change and those activities fall by the wayside as what's more important to you.
Yeah.
Kind of comes to the forefront.
That happens. Okay, we're going to switch gears.
Okay.
When you were young, that little Jericka, were you primitive campgrounding then?
Yeah, I
Okay,
was.
when that little primitive looking at the lake, what would you imagine becoming?
I want you to really guess. I want you to guess.
Okay. Well, we've heard a lot of them on this
primitive.
show.
Yeah,
We've heard from anywhere from the president's chef to
nurse.
It seems to be a lot.
Teacher.
Let's go. You were interested in being a.
I'm going to say phlebotomist because that's way out there.
Okay.
Yep, I'm swinging one.
I'm going to go with the animal side of thing, and you were interested in being like a farrier or something like that.
I wanted to be a paleontologist.
Paleontologist.
And this wasn't like middle school. This was elementary school. I was in 2nd grade, and this is kind of gross, kind of disgusting, kind of TMI. I would walk the beaches and pick up fish bones, put them in a bag, a Ziploc bag, and then I'd take them back to our primitive campsite and have them.
Put them together.
And it was because my dad had a work meeting in Denver, and he took us one time. And we went to the dinosaur museum there, and
that's amazing.
and it's a really cool dinosaur museum.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is it. It was not it, but like I consumed a lot of dinosaurs. I have so many like dinosaur stuffed animals that I still have in my room because there's nowhere else for them to go.
Did you keep the fish bones?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just curious
You
if
know,
you got
actually,
if you got a little.
I probably would have been content just keeping them somewhere, and my mom was definitely.
Just have a box of skeletons from animals. No big thing.
She had nothing of it, huh?
You know what? She always supported me. She wanted me to be happy and be successful as long as I knew what I was talking about. So, you know, if I was like, when I was like, oh, I want to be a paleontologist, the first thing she did was bought me a big old stack of books.
That's pretty nice of her.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, okay, now that we're about ready to graduate from high school, what are we thinking now?
Okay, so I'm gonna go to school and I'm gonna study like classics, and like classical literature and classical. So the way that this is so hard to explain to people. So gotta go to do my undergrad.
Yeah.
And I want to be a classical archaeologist, but that's not like an archaeologist in the way that you're thinking of like tombs and sarcophagus. It's
Right.
like translating ancient like papers, texts, working in museums as like archivist and stuff like that. And that's what I want to do, but I have to just get like an undergrad before I can go to my graduate to become an archaeologist. But like my ultimate goal is to become a professor. I really want to teach people, and I also want to do a lot of like research through universities. Like that'd be so fun to me, but like I want to write a book. Like I'm so inspired by Toni Morrison.
Sure.
She wrote her Pulitzer Prize winning book Beloved while she was a professor at Princeton, and like I mean she like the stuff she writes about changed like my perspective on so many things, and I would want to make an impact like that. And I think you can make an impact through teaching like high level education as well as like spreading like your ideas.
That is for sure, 100%.
So we might see Jericka Schenfisch, author.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Wow.
Actually.
That's interesting. The classical archaeologist, a lot of people don't know about that as a field, but that's a pretty actually emerging field. And
it's really interesting. Like I was just reading the other week about how they found like they don't really know a lot about like the period of when Rome kind of fell and then turned into the area of Great Britain. Like that's kind of blurred and like muddy, and a lot of it's supposed to be studied through the soil, but because of the way that like urbanization has happened, the soil gets disrupted, you lose a lot of that evidence. But they actually found like a bunch of structures like underneath a park to like show how they kept their wine like safe. And it's just like those kind of things are very interesting, and just the readings and the writings, like they teach you a lot. They're the fundamentals of what we know, like our modern medicine, our modern language. I've taken Latin, and I can confidently say that like in the beginning I was like, man, this is easy because it's really similar to English, and then it's not, and then it's not.
It's easy in the beginning.
It's easy in the beginning, but just like there's so much we learn from it, and like the creation of the arts, creation of the thought. Like you look at some of the brightest minds that we think of, like Aristotle, like he came from that time period. Right. And when you go back to the beginning and you really study the fundamentals of it, I think you learn so much about like just the base identity of something, because now like there's so much oversaturation and so much like overcomplicated things that I think sometimes we need to take a step back and just realize that, okay, there is just like the base fundamental theory, and that is to most of the time be a bright mind and a kind person.
That is a common theme, especially in classical literature and emerging. You look at Dead Sea Scrolls, you look at these kind of things.
Even in like Aesop's fables, like you're just going to see like simple message of just be the good person, don't be foolish, don't spend your time wisely.
Yeah.
Be a kind person and a good person. That's
a universal
novel
constant
idea.
Yeah.
And we got to make sure that if you're listening, we still are on the Bomber Buzz. This isn't a podcast coming out of New York City or anything of that nature.
I kind of like the way this is going.
We truly are we are in Berthold. This is still the Bomber Buzz.
I could dive into literature.
This is
here, though.
This has been fascinating. So here we go. We're going to be say it again one more time. What are you going to be?
I want to be a classical archaeologist
and an author.
Yeah, and an author.
Let's go.
So we'll see.
I love it. How about an accomplishment you're really proud of?
Obviously, I'm really proud of myself for getting on the Class B, like, academic all-state team. But, like, that kind of just ties into, like, my whole, like, applying to college journey. Like, just that, I was really proud of how, like, my decisions turned out. Because, like, going into it, I honestly had no confidence. I applied to a bunch of schools, and not even a bunch. I think I applied to, like, 12. And majority of them I was like, man, this is a joke. Like I think I applied last minute, like the day of the deadline. I applied to Boston University at 11:55, the day of the deadline. And I was like, this is a joke. I'm wasting my money. And when I like got in, there's just like that moment, and it kind of just like hit me, and it like washed over me. And I was like, I can do this. Like, as I got the acceptances, I was like more and more surprised. And like, even one time I got in, and Kasey, she literally told me, she goes, I don't know why you're surprised. Like, every person thinks you can do it. Yeah. And I just realized that I was the only person who thought that I couldn't do it. And just like that journey and like getting these accomplishments, like being on the academic all-state team, it's just like filled me with more confidence in like what I can do. And especially like in this transitional period of my life, like moving forward, it's definitely helpful to have that confidence.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oftentimes we're the people that believe in ourselves the least.
Yeah.
And people around us can see more in us than we do.
Yeah.
And you do spend more time talking to yourself than anybody else.
Yeah.
That's right.
So don't ever forget that. Even that author of the book.
Yeah.
How about, tell us a little bit about the extracurricular activities you've been involved with.
So in school, I play volleyball. I'm currently, actually, listen up. This is one thing you do have to pay attention to. If there's anybody listening to this, I wasn't voted on the student council. I kind of just put myself on the student council. It's fine. We're hosting a blood drive. Okay. I need to get the flyers printed. Actually, I am the primary contact. I will be getting information out. It is in April. There will be a bus in the parking lot. So be on the lookout for that. And if you are 16 years old, you can have parental permission and get your blood and donate your blood. And if you're 18 years old, you can do it. And it's very important. You know, donating blood, it's a civic duty. I truly believe that. So we'll be on that. But that's just my current little dabble in the student council right now. That's like the only thing I'm doing with them. And I obviously play volleyball here. I think I said that though. Mm-hmm. Outside of school, I'm our youth group, either president or vice president. It kind of changes up. We have a very like in and out group. I am the treasurer of our 4-H group, which I've been a part of for 11 years, which is a really long time. I play club volleyball in Minot for Empire. I volunteer at a cat shelter. I do a lot of things. I kind of just...
You stay busy.
Yeah, I keep myself busy. Or at least I try to.
Off topic, but is there any subliminal, I just noticed it, subliminal message that we've got a Green Bay Packers sweatshirt on today, and the draft actually started last night in Lambeau at Lambeau Field, and then you happen to be heading to Minneapolis today? Is there a subliminal message that I'm missing?
That sounded like a foreign language to
foreign
me.
language.
I have no clue
Okay.
what you're talking about.
We still are in Berthel. This still is the Bomber Buzz.
Is the Bomber Buzz.
I mean, we can talk about playoff hockey, but yeah.
Okay. 10 years from now, where are you at?
Finishing, hopefully, like my PhD. Hopefully, I'll be like living abroad, maybe like in Greece or Rome or just somewhere in the Mediterranean. Yeah, just living my life, enjoying my 20s. I'm not gonna waste that time. So
There you have it.
yeah.
How about you got a favorite elementary school memory?
I still remember my kindergarten play actually at graduation because I was the big Billy Goat Gruff and I walked across the table and I just remember it. I also remember I dropped my diploma off the stage at the kindergarten graduation and that was pretty embarrassing.
Couldn't hang on to it.
Make sure you hold on tight then here.
This one's good. We're going to be watching now. I mean, if everybody's watching when she crosses the stage,
Lot of pressure.
we've got a fumble in the first one.
I know. We were taking the picture and I was holding it up and there it went. And then a very nice man in the front row tried to, bend, crouch and hand it back to me. And I was like, oh God.
How about a junior high memory?
Oh my gosh, my favorite class in the whole wide world was our seventh and eighth grade class. Throughout middle school was always together because the 8th grade class was really small and we were really small. And the 7th and 8th grade U.S. history class with Mrs. Abrahamson was Oh my gosh, that was my favorite class ever. We had the most fun time. I think our curriculum, we always had to, we did plays like every like 2 weeks, and we would go all out, and it was just such a fun class, and we had all known each other since we were really young, so it was fun, and she was a great teacher. So
How about high school memory?
My 5th hour yap sessions with Mrs. Taylor, those are definitely my favorite. She probably, lost a lot of valuable work time, which is my bad, But yeah, those were definitely really fun. We would talk about the most random stuff some days, and then other days we would like dive into like our psyche, and it's just really fun to have those conversations with the teacher and build that connection and like that trust with someone.
Yeah, that is. I agree. How are you going to miss most about school?
Probably, the staff, I guess, maybe like Mr. Rudolph.
There you go.
Like, I don't know.
Shout out.
But I'll give a shout out to some underappreciated staff. Shanda, she's always keeping our school clean.
Yeah.
This place is never spotless. Tessie, she's always scanning my German papers over. I will just like throw them on her desk sometimes with like a little sticky note that's like, send these. And then next thing you know, they're there. Mrs. Gravison, she's amazing. I have changed my schedule a million times. I'm taking summer college classes, and she's helped me through that. Tammy, I mean, like, I don't have to interact with her, but I love Tammy, and I love stealing chocolate from her. And Melissa keeps our office together.
Yep.
So big thanks to them. I'll definitely miss them and all the other amazing staff that work here.
There you go. Okay, so now, how about what have you enjoyed the most? Like, because you're obviously going to be in school for a little bit longer, but what do you enjoy the most about school?
Just like school in general?
Yeah.
Or like this school?
Sure, either one.
Okay. Just like school in general, I love just challenging my mind, and I really like feeling when a thought is so like powerful that you can like feel it like waiting to come out, and you read something that strikes an idea or a question that is just so like consuming that you really do have to do the extra research, or you have to like break it down into the parts that it is, because that concept's interesting. And I mean, that's in every type of learning. You have to break it down, whether it's in science, English, math, like in a language, anything like that. And just challenging yourself, but also finding the value when you do or do not succeed. Just finding the value in trying and putting in effort. That is something that I love about school, because you're always going to get gratification if you try. Because even if you don't try, you might get the problem wrong, but you're always going to have work in front of you that proves that you took steps to get ahead when other people maybe didn't. And then when you do get it right, you have all that work in front of you proving how far you've come, whether it's just in one problem or a 10-page paper or whatever it is. Like in school and in learning, there is always growth, and that is so powerful and important to us as people.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I've always had that thought process of a good, solid question. Is it ever truly answered?
That's a good question.
I'm with you. Like, hey, good thought-provoking question.
Deep here.
Is it ever truly answered? There you go. Huh? Okay, 3 things you got to do in your lifetime.
Write a book.
Write a book.
Live in New York. Even if it's not forever, even if it's just a year, I want the experience. I want to know what it's like.
So, like, hold on. Are you talking the state or are you talking the city?
The city.
Okay.
City, yes.
Like, I'm also like, I don't know, I'm obsessed with the vibe of tiny houses, so I think I'd fit right in. Like, one of my favorite shows to fall asleep to is like the tiny house show or whatever.
So you're going to try to put a tiny house right there in the middle?
No, I'll just like find like a 200 square foot apartment that's still going to be $4,000. And I'll be like, this is great, guys. My window's facing a wall, but we're good. And then I definitely want to run. I mean, actually, let's dream big. I want to run in all the big 7 marathons. So
Really?
Oh, that'd be
Tokyo,
cool.
Boston, London, Berlin,
Okay.
Chicago, New York City, and Sydney. Yeah.
Let's go.
I want to do that. And I mean, the Boston Marathon, just this last weekend, and I was
Yeah.
watching all the videos, and I was
Yeah.
like,
All right.
man,
One day, that's you.
yeah.
Okay. I skipped it, but what advice would you give to that young paleontologist?
The same thing that, I mean, Kasey told me, like, the only person who thinks you can't is you.
There you go.
And that applies to everything. Like, anytime you doubt yourself, the only person who thinks that you cannot really do it is yourself.
Awesome. How about your peers? How do you want to be remembered by them?
Well, I mean, I was, like, unanimously voted as the teacher's pet. But in my defense, I hope I was just helpful. I hope I was helpful.
Unanimously, huh? Wow. Okay.
Basically,
Okay. How about by the faculty?
I hope that I just set a standard, and I hope that, I don't know, I hope that they could just, like, I really don't know. I don't know, because I hope my work spoke for itself more than, like, what anything else. I hope that, like, what I did as, I don't know, I just hope what I did, like, shows them what kind of person I was, and I hope they can see, like, the effort and the type of person that I think I am, which is hopefully someone who is very high achieving. But at the end of the day, like,
Yeah.
I just hope that what I turned in and, like, the effort that I put into that, like,
I think they see it.
yeah, hopefully.
Well, I got one more then off topic, but like when can we expect this book at Barnes and Noble?
I don't know. I do not know. I have a lot of, I mean, honestly, that's a really good question, because, I mean, I would say that I would, like, have to write a book, but, like, I have plenty of drafts. Like, I do have, like, 200-page drafts just chilling in my Google Docs.
Okay.
There you go.
And, I mean, it's just, like, it's another one of the things I guess I've never pursued, maybe out of a little bit of fear, a little bit of trepidation or something, but maybe I should. Maybe that's how I'll make money. I do need a summer job, actually, so...
There you go.
I don't remember the author, but they said the best way to write a book is now and just write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't wait until it's right, just because right now is right.
Yeah.
So take that 200 pages, do it.
Yeah.
Let's go. You got anything else for us?
No, I think that is everything. Do you have anything else for me?
Well, no, this has been splendid.
Great.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, well, give me a microphone and I'll talk.
A
That's
few
how
things
it
I learned
works.
today. I didn't know you were going to be an author. I'm going to stop by Barnes and Noble's weekly now, just to walk that aisle, check it out. No, don't see it yet. I'll go again next week. All right.
Yeah. I'll get you a gift card. Don't
All
worry.
right, sounds good.
All right. Well, this has been Jericka Schenfisch. Come watch her graduate on the 18th.
Hang on to that diploma.
And we'll see if that diploma stays in her hands or if we repeat the dreaded kindergarten incident.
Yeah.
Jericka, thanks so much. Stay with us. We've got Kasey Simons coming up next. United Agronomy's mission is to improve the lives of their patrons and their families by offering data-driven solutions that fit each individual acre. From its start with a Berthold office location in the year 2000, United Agronomy has grown quickly to 4 locations in Berthold, Ross, Parshall, and Williston, and continues to expand their partnerships and offerings. From soil testings and crop scouting to custom spray application and fertilizer delivery and more, United Agronomy offers you the farming solutions you need to get the most out of every acre while exemplifying our small town values. Make sure to visit their website or give them a call to find out how they can help you. United Agronomy is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation. We're back on the Bomber Buzz, and for our second senior spotlight today, we have Kasey Simons, basketball star extraordinaire. It is wonderful to have you on the Buzz.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to learning about you a little bit here. What do you say, Mr. Rudolph?
I'm ready to roll, and basketball might even been her second best, more than likely.
You could be right.
That could be. Yeah, okay. Well, tell us a little bit about your parents and family.
I have a big family, very big family. I come from 8 siblings, 9. No, I have to count.
Well, you can just name them for
That's
us.
how you know how big it is when you got to stop and do the math.
I have 6 full, 2 half. You want me to start naming them from the top?
It's up to you.
Okay, so oldest brother, half brother Matt, oldest half sister Kaylee, and then my full siblings. It goes Taylor, Grace, Abby, Patrick, Ryan, me, and then Shane.
How many of them are Berthold grads?
I will be the 6th.
Wow. That's great.
Long line.
Yeah.
Long line. You'll be the 6th. Give us something. What do you guys like doing? What's favorite family activity you guys enjoy doing?
Well, when we actually do get together, we all love the lake. We have a lake spot at Sakakawea, so we like to go down there every weekend in the summer that we can. But like since a lot of our family lives in like Seattle, Iowa, we have to like plan 1-year trips. So it was like nice with like state basketball. They all got to come up and they all got like an Airbnb.
That is awesome.
And to watch. So that was nice. But we all just like to hang out, like just enjoy the moment when we can because we only ever have like that weekend to see each other. So
yeah. And then you and the sisters right around you always enjoy doing things.
oh yeah, me, Ryan and Shane, yeah. We love shopping, working out, going for walks, just like anything activity wise, talking. Like I could sit and talk to them for hours. Like
That's awesome.
so.
Yeah. And then you got a big trip coming up too, the 3 of you, don't you?
Yeah, we're road tripping.
Are you really? Where are you going?
California. Our destination is Long Beach. We leave that Monday after graduation.
Wow.
We're driving down through all like the big national parks, Yosemite, Yellowstone, Zion, Grand Canyon. So we're gonna go visit all that. We got a pass and everything, and God willing, I can hike.
Yeah, right? Get that other boot off.
Yeah. And then just chill on the beach for 5 days and then come back up home through Colorado and see all that. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
what
that'll
a
be fun.
trip. That'll be cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it'd be a cool
Are
trip.
you guys camping in the parks or are you just kind of stay in places as you
In
go?
the Grand Canyon, we did get a camping spot, so we are camping there, but most of the places we're getting like hotels outside of just like small one night.
Yeah. That's fun.
It
Yeah.
will be fun. You guys will enjoy that. You'll remember that for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, how about when that little girl was running around out here when you were young? What did you imagine becoming?
I really wanted to be like a dancer.
A dancer?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I
Like-
would,
like a ballet type dancer or a
I don't know.
ballroom dancer?
I just would run around my kitchen and dance, and I wanted to be in gymnastics so bad. Like
Okay.
anytime like people would come over in the backyard, I would like do front flips in front of them and like the splits. I could like jump into the middle splits. I just wanted to dance so bad, but like my mom never put me in gymnastics or anything. So, but yeah, that's really what I wanted
That's
to
what
do.
you wanted to do, huh?
Like
Yeah.
acting and dancing.
Yeah, neat.
Okay, acting too.
Yeah. I
Really?
wanted to be a superstar.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, how about that? Almost a model type girl. Huh?
Right.
Now that you're graduating, what do we want to become?
Well, I have had changes. I did want to go into nursing, and then I kind of had a little realization switch that wasn't really my main passion. So right now, I'm starting off with my associates in exercise science, and then I'm thinking of going into either nutrition, dietetics, or sports physiology, and just being able to work with young athletes, whether it's like nutrition wise, exercise wise. I just feel like that's more what I'm like passionate about, and like that's what I can, like, what I'm willing to learn, you know? And I would just say the nursing aspect, I like saw it and like I got to experience it, and I'm like happy I got that experience, but I just like realized I didn't want to do that. So
I mean, it's good you realize that now. So, I mean, having that experience and then going, you know, I mean, that's awesome. And there's a huge need for nutritionists and you know, those kind of people, especially for athletics and college or even beyond.
No question.
So that's a huge thing.
Are you food? Let's just go food fanatic, or do you?
Yeah.
You watch everything and
yeah, track.
track it all?
Yeah. Not in like a healthy way, like just knowing like
Not obsessive.
I mean, like, it can be like, that's another thing like I want to help young people with is like learning like how to properly like nourish your body and knowing like what you need and what you're lacking in, and just like being healthier overall, living a healthier lifestyle. I think that's really important. So
Awesome.
I mean, I have a nutritionist now, and when you don't grow up knowing these things, it's amazing. Like, it's very valuable.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're going to do awesome.
Yeah. And like I've like noticed like helping other people out, like my sisters, I've helped them out a lot with their eating, and like same thing with like a friend's mom has like come up to me and like asked me about workouts and working out and what to eat, and like being able to like help people and like them seeing their changes and goals that they want, and like I was able to like have partake in that was like really special, and like I realized like that's like what I felt really passionate about. So.
That's great.
Good deal. Yeah. That is Kasey Simons. Tell us about an accomplishment you're really proud of.
Like sports wise.
Anything. Doesn't need to be sports wise. It's whatever.
I'm just going sports wise because I can't think of one on top of my head, but like I'm really proud of like how far I've come in volleyball and basketball, and just how much like the ability of playing sports in high school has taught me a lot. And just
Elaborate.
Like what?
What did it teach you?
I like drive, motivation, being able to push yourself past limits you never thought you had. And that's also where like the nutritionist and stuff comes in, because I'm like, I knew how it was to struggle as a young athlete too. So being like that person for other people could really help.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely will. You're going to have great impact on people's lives.
I can see that in your face.
Absolutely.
If you're not here with us on the buzz, but you can see the passion. That's pretty cool. So accomplishments. There's more than just that. But how about let's just all the extracurricular activities you've been involved with. Tell the people what you've been involved with.
Define like extracurricular activity, because like I mean, like, I've been in like sports, student council, like FBLA, but
you're
like,
right on it.
I'm like, those didn't really, I feel like those, I didn't really like apply myself too much of them as like, you know, like I never really, like in student council, I was just like, just there, you know.
Just there.
I was never really a super like president or
a mover.
Yeah. But like outside of school, what I've done, like, I got my CNA, and I worked with that for like a year. If you don't know CNA, that's Certified Nursing Assistant. So I would say I'm like proud of that.
Oh, for sure.
Being able to like help people, provide care that like, and like knowing my situation, how like I wasn't able to move and get out of bed for a week, like knowing that I was that person for someone in like the hospital, it was like awakening, like
Kind of cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge accomplishment.
So do I.
There's not a lot of people your age walking around like, I'm CNA. It takes a lot of work. You had to work hard to get that.
Well,
and you did.
You're speaking of extracurricular activities, but like, dude, there's not too many people that roll around with bad ankles on a regular basis and still overcome some of the things that you've overcome here. Pretty impressive, actually.
I mean, a lot of people would just give up.
Well, it could happen.
Or just be a dropout. I mean,
instead we find a way, you know.
A lot of perseverance, strength of character.
Well, that's the one thing I noticed, right? That there is a perseverance there. Okay, 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
I hope I'm put together. Like, I mean, like, we all won't have everything figured out, but like, I just like hope I have like a plan for myself, and like, I can follow it, and that I have like financial stability, free will, being able to travel. Like, I think this trip coming up is going to be like, I'm really excited for it, because like, I'm excited to see things other than Berthel, North Dakota, you know. Like, I really want to branch out and like get out and see the world, even if it's just like, you know, the United States.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, when you get out of your community, you know, I grew up in rugby and knew rugby. But when you get out of that community and you see other parts of the world, it really changes your brain because you're like, oh, I never thought of things this way. I never saw things this way.
Yeah.
What are these people doing? You can do that? That's okay? I never thought about that. Like, it is. And even just in the U.S., I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
You know, and so you go 80 miles, it's a different way than it is here. So,
Yeah. Nope. There's a lot of cool things. Sports
a lot of,
helped me get to a lot of different places. I think the one thing you'll find, just my personal opinion, is a lot of cool, interesting places. A lot of people that are really good people in those places. Very similar in other aspects.
there
like
is
it's-
truth to that.
Like there's just a lot of good people around the United States, right? And might be a little bit different topography, or as far as climate goes and things of that nature. But really, I mean, pretty good people across the country. And some places have mountains, and some people have lakes, and some people have flat land. And I mean, but all in all, pretty good place.
Yeah.
Elementary. What was your favorite elementary school memory?
Favorite elementary school memory. Let me think here. That's a long time ago. Like thinking back, like that's like a long time ago. That was like 6 years. I would have to say recess.
Recess.
Like
Hey.
just like in like third grade, we would just play outside and do basketball, or we would come up with these random games. Like you just never realize like how creative like kids are
Right.
until like you just like think back and you're like, you came up with that. And just like these games we would just all collectively play as like classmates, and like at lunch we would like sit at the table and be like, who's gonna be it for this game, and like what are we gonna do at recess, and just like planning out like different activities to do. I felt like that was so fun and creative. So
That's interesting because we still have that going on.
Yeah.
yeah,
right?
like it's just so crazy how
there's,
creative
like,
kids are.
I'm like, oh my goodness, what do you call this game? What? Who
Yeah.
came up with this one? Well, it was my turn to come up with a game today. And I'm like, really?
That's
guys-
kinda
all right.
magical, isn't
That's kind of
it?
cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's been a thing for quite some time. Awesome. How about junior high? You got a favorite junior high memory?
Junior high was kind of rough. That was COVID. I don't really remember a lot of that. Like, I just feel like it was a lot of just separation and nobody, but like coming back to school and like seeing all my friends 8th grade year, I would say that was pretty awesome. I don't really have a favorite memory from
Yeah,
junior high.
I
Really.
got
Yeah,
you.
well, even that eighth
I think
grade
there's
year
been-
wasn't like a normal
No.
year. We still
Had to wear masks playing basketball. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of people that have brought up that was just yeah. But anyway, how about high school memory?
State basketball.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like looking back like 4 years ago, if you would have asked me like if we would have made a state, I would have like laughed in your face. Like actually. So like having that experience was like really unforgettable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Something you'll remember for a long time. What are you going to miss most about school?
This school,
Yeah.
okay. My sister.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shane or Ryan? Because Ryan
Shane.
was okay.
We have like grown very close in the last 2 years, and I would just say not seeing her every day is going to be hard.
Yeah.
And like talking. I mean, we have phones. So
You do have phones.
FaceTime and video chatting. I send Shane vlogs like 3 times a day of just like my random day. So yeah.
You do?
Not during school.
I was
though.
going to say, hold on here now. Okay. How about what have you enjoyed the most? Like when you go into, just think of your whole career at school. What have you enjoyed the most?
Having something to do. Like right now with not a lot of like class work and like a workload, I'm like finding myself bored a lot, and like I'm the type of person that needs to keep busy, and so like just having like a place to come and feeling comfortable and just like enjoying it, and yeah, I'll miss that.
You should probably take another college credit class. this in the afternoon, huh?
I do. They're not ITV.
I know. I
was going to say, you're like in 5 or 6 college classes right now.
I know. I was just teasing. Had to get. What advice? You got advice for that young girl doing backflips and middle splits in the backyard? You got advice for her?
I would just like tell her to take her time. Everything in life does not need to be rushed. Like, I live by like it's all in God's planning. Yeah, just live in the moment. Try not to stress as much. Stress will kill you. It will eat you alive. Anxiety and stress.
Do you stress?
Yes. I'm stressing right now. I'm like sweating.
I know.
They can't see, but
I'm like glistening, guys.
Quick story. She walked into my office right before we were doing the podcast, right? And she had a grad card, right? Well, her grad cards all came back completely blank.
Are you for real?
Yeah, 200 of them blank.
So she said, I've been stressing about, and I'm like, geez, we're going to make it.
I'm like, it's like, yesterday was literally March. How is it already May next week?
Yes.
I don't know.
It is.
I know.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay. 3 things you got to do in your lifetime.
Get married. I want to get married. I want to like find the love of my life. That's like what I've always like looked forward to in life. Finding like my person. Super excited for that. To graduate.
that one's a for sure.
Yes.
Are we talking college or high school?
College.
Okay.
I really want to like graduate with a degree that I am happy with and that like I'm passionate about and that I will enjoy working instead of working a 9 to 5. Like I don't want that life sitting at a desk all day. I want to find something that I'm passionate about to do that I enjoy and I'm not working a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
Like,
No, it makes a big difference when you love what you're doing and it drives you.
And 3, I would just say, I want to move to somewhere warm. Like, I cannot stand this weather.
Done with winter.
It's not even just like winter. Like, I don't mind snow. It's just like 8 months. And I'm like, yesterday or like this week, I'm like, no, I don't want it to be 40 degrees in April. I want it to be 70 and sunny. And I think a lot of the times, like this is really bad to say, but my mood does revolve around the weather a lot. If I wake up and it's gloomy, I feel gloomy.
Yeah.
And like if it's sunny, like you feel good. And like it's just such a boost of serotonin. Like
Well, it is that. I'll give you that. It is a boost. There is a boost there.
So.
But you still get to choose.
Choose what?
You still get
My
to choose
mood?
your
Yeah,
attitude
of
and your
course.
mood. You get to
The,
physically make that. Like
The look you just gave Mr. Rudolph
yeah,
was awesome.
I see that look every now and then. That's the look they give me when I try to give them some advice, and then it's just here we go.
Mr. Rudolph.
The claws come out, and here we come, and
it's all good.
It is fun. I enjoy
It's
the heck
fun.
out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, peers. What are you gonna miss? What are you gonna miss? How are you gonna? What do you want your peers to think of Kasey Simons?
I want to think of me as like a hardworking person who like doesn't give up, just keeps continuing, like you said, persevering through everything, not letting the little things get to me, just being a kind person.
Yeah,
I think you got that.
I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah.
How about by the faculty?
That I was a joy to be around, like my personality. I hope they remember me as like someone who's like caring and bubbly, just not like the work aspect and late work. Not my finest hours, but yeah, just that.
Yeah, all right. What else you got for us? You got an interview at 11, isn't that right?
Yep.
Jeez, we probably already get going.
I need some money.
Need some money, huh?
Might as well use my CNA somewhere. So
There you go. Yeah.
But I am going to my interview's at the health and the rehab center in Minot. So I'm like
Awesome.
looking at the PT side type of with patients. So I got the hospital side. Now I'm getting the
Okay.
I mean, that's that great diversity, and that'll help you with your goals of being that nutrition and health person. That's
No doubt.
great. That's really great.
No doubt.
We wish you the best with that.
No, this has been fantastic. You got anything else for us?
I don't think I do.
Oh, I guess I wish you guys through the radio. I hope through the pod. I hope we can. You recognize the passion here. We've
definitely felt it.
Oh
here,
gosh, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Enjoyed
Well, Kasey, thank you so much for being on the Bomber Buzz. Don't go away. We might have something else coming up here on the Buzz. The people of Farmers Union Oil believe in the community and in the people that work there. From gas and parts to food and friendship, Farmers Union Oil is powered by local people and provides for the community's needs. Make sure to stop in at one of their locally owned 4 locations in Berthold, Carpio, Donnybrook, and Burlington. Farmers Union Oil is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation. You've been listening to the Bomber Buzz. This is our weekly podcast right out of Berthold Public School. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you get all of our new episodes. You can find us everywhere that podcasts are, or just hop onto the front page of our website. We're right there as well every week. Thanks for listening. Taking us out today is the Berthold Band playing our school song.